Hey, folks, it's Dave here before work on Monday night, and we're going to play some wrestling here tonight, is what we're going to do. As you know, I've been kicking around this Filsinger Wrestling game. This was sent to me by a listener of the show, so I want to get that out of the way. So I want to thank him for that. He just said, "Hey, I'm not playing it. Would you like mine?" And it's okay. It says I'll definitely play it on the channel. So I finally get to playing it on the channel. And just to be fair, what I did is I ordered a couple of sets this weekend. So I have 2 new sets coming in of the wrestlers. Because I got the game again. The game was gifted to me, so I always like to buy something from the company when a game is gifted to me, especially if I'm playing it. So anyway, so what is this Filsinger Wrestling game, and how does it all work? So, well, let's get onto the table and find out, shall we? Um, so this is the game right here. Okay, Filsinger game. So this is your game instructions, and it tells you, all how to play the game all through here. So that is the instructions. You get a whole bunch of charts. Okay, so you get all these charts here. They're front and back. There's a handful of them. I think there's 4 different pages like this that you have that different things can happen in the match, and they've really thought of everything. Okay, again, you got your outside interference. You got your pin saves. So I mean that's the cheating part of the game. You get your turnbuckle, you get your feud if you're having a feud with somebody, so you can have feuds. You get your into the ropes, which you use all the time, and then you have your choice situations, and I'll talk about that later. If you get thrown out of the ring or leave the ring, there's a card for that, and there's also a death jump, which is kind of going up to the top rope, I guess is what you would call that. So all that is part of wrestling here. So what I'm going to do here, let me show you a couple of cards here. Now, the cards are gorgeous, actually. I mean, look at that. I mean, they're full color. They're really, really nice. So that's the back of the card, I will call it, or the front, however you want to look at it. And this is the gameplay part of the card. Okay, so there's what we got right here. Now, again, I've only played a little bit, so I'm not an expert. So I'm gonna just show you how I've been playing it, and I think I'm playing it correctly. So at the top here, you got the name of the wrestler, his height, weight, and where he's from, and that's kind of neat little story there. So, well, when I do my presentation, I'll include some of this stuff here. And then you have your offense and your defense, and there's 3 levels of each. So the idea is that you start at level 1, and you try to work your way down to level 3 because that's where you can start to provide the specialty moves, I guess it's called, or you can try to pin them. Okay, and the same on the defenses. You want to stay out of level 3 defense because that's when you can get pinned here. Okay, so um, so how it plays is that you start rolling dice. Okay, it's just a simple 6-sided dice roll. Okay, and see, it's start. Let's just say Hacksaw Duggan's in control is what they like to call it. So he wins. So he rolls a 6, let's say. So he goes into the vertical suplex, but that's going to send Sheik to defense 3. So like right off the bat, that's a terrific move because he's skipping all the way down to 3. So he's going to roll a 2 on defense 3, and he's hurt. Okay, so he's hurt, and it's going to bounce to 2. So now what's going to happen? He stays on offense, but he moves over to 2. So we roll on 2. We figure out what it is. He defends on 2. Now, sometimes he can kind of reverse things, or maybe he gets thrown into the ropes, and we need to check his ropes or his turnbuckle rating, or he gets thrown out of the ring. So a lot of things can kind of happen here in this one here. Oh, you want a Slaughter and Sheik? Yeah, that'd be good. I don't have Slaughter yet. I don't think I have Slaughter. Oh, maybe I do have Sergeant Slaughter, but I'm going to go with Jim Duggan here. We're going to have the USA flag here. Jim Duggan go at it here, and that's just kind of how the basic mode works. So I'm going to play a game of basic first because that's what I started playing, and then I started sprinkling in some of the advanced options in later. So let's play a game of basic first, okay? So what we need to look at is the pin number. So over here it says pin 6 and in parentheses 3, and over here it's pin 5 in parentheses 2. So what this means is that if you're playing the basic game, here's a pin level of 6, okay? And that's not going to change. And over here, he's a pin level of 5, and that'll never change. So what happens when you're rolling for the pin, you need to beat the pin number. So if the Sheik is trying to pin Duggan, he rolls these dice here, and he has to beat a 6. So here it's a 7, so he's not pinned. So he stays alive, so to speak. Over here, the Sheik, he's a 5. So the only way to pin him is if he can't beat a 5, and he does. So that's what happened the other night on New Year's Eve when I played. I just couldn't pin anybody because I kept kicking out. So that's where the advanced mode comes in, whereas you use the number in parentheses, which is smaller. But what happens is now is every time they kick out, you add 1. So after 4 kickouts, he would be at a 7. So you can see how at some point, eventually, somebody would have to be pinned. So over here, he's got the flying spear as his finishing move. So if I were to roll on 3, his finishing move would be a flying spear. And I believe the +2 is only for advanced. So I would add 2 to the pin rating over here if I was playing advanced. But if I'm playing basic, that wouldn't change anything. So how I do it, again, a lot of this is your imagination. Okay, so if you like wrestling and you want to have a good time, a lot of this is your imagination. And that's what I'm going to try to do tonight when I kind of do my match here. All right, so what I like to do is I'm just going to kind of separate them here. I'm going to roll the dice in the middle. And so I'm going to put my pin level 6 here. So I know he's a 6 and he's a 5. And again, in advanced mode, these would change. So that's why you would have here. So he would eventually go up to a 6 in the whole bit. But so we're just going to have him. Again, 5 and 6 are our pin numbers here, so we're going to try to remember that. All right, so I'm going to do a little presentation here of the game and kind of do it like I was doing an actual wrestling match. And I'll go slow, and I'll try to show you what's happening here. But then I'm also going to ham it up a little bit. A lot of this is it's all in your mind. It really is. It's hard to, make this work like a baseball game or something because it's, ground ball is short. We all can visualize that. But over here, you really need the theater of the mind with this is what this is. So I'm going to try to do that. Let me just take a quick drink and we'll start things up. Okay. All righty. So here we go. Check this out. This next match, one fall, a 10-minute time limit. From Glen Falls, New York, weighing 280 pounds, it's Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And from Tehran, Iran, weighing 262 pounds, it is the Iron Sheik. Okay, that's my little intro here. And I got to ring the bell again. Hopefully you guys can hear the bell. Let me know if you can hear the bell or not. I just put the bell on there. All righty. So here we go. So we're just going to play basic. So it's just going to be back and forth type of thing. And again, I just learned this, so I'm kind of hoping that I am playing it correctly, okay? So red and white all the time is how I play this. All right, so Duggan wins the roll because he's got the 2, he's got the 1. So Duggan's in control. All right, so we start. So Duggan grabs the Iron Sheik, and we start on offense 1. And so I roll a 3 and a 6. So a 3 says a back body drop 2. And it's got the AG, which I'm not going to use. That's advanced. And we'll go over that when I play advanced. But all right, so Duggan picks up at a back body drop, and the Sheik goes down. So now we're going to check 2, defense 2. And on a 6, it says, oh, no, he reverses. So he gets right up, and he's going to roll on level 1. So anytime you see their name, they reverse it. So he throws the back body drop. The Sheik gets right up, and now he's on offense. So the offense is 5. And he goes, oh, he's going to choke him on the ropes. He's got him over the ropes. The reps 1, 2. He's trying to get him out of there. Duggan. Okay, Duggan's got his name here on the 5. So he's going to, now he reverses on the Sheik. And the Sheik is surprised. He is completely surprised. So now we have a 5. And it's going to be a spinning body slam. And we're going to go down to 3. So he rolls a 2 on 3, and the Sheik is hurt. He gets up, grabbing his back as Duggan asserting the American dominance over the foreign guy over here. All right, so we're going to be 2, and he's, no, it said 2 is hurt. So we're going to go back to level 2 over here because you just follow the numbers. All right, so a 5. It's going to be a spinning body slam, and down goes the Sheik, and so it says 6 down. So he's down. So now we're gonna go to level 3 because it says down 3. So the Sheik is taking a beating here from Jim Duggan. So now we're gonna roll in 3. Here we go. It's gonna be a 1. So it's gonna be throws him into the turnbuckle and he starts hammering away on the Sheik. And the Sheik is hurt. He is dazed as the referee separates the wrestlers and says, "Come on, let him get out of the corner." So the Sheik comes out of the corner, and it's going to be some wild haymakers. 1, 2, 3 haymakers, and the Sheik is stunned. So it's going to say hurt 2, so we're going to stay in 2. And you see how you kind of just create what's going on in your head because you got to kind of picture what's happening in the match. So it's kind of hard to do it here. So it's all description. And now it's going to be another spinning body slam. And the Sheik is down, but he gets right back up. He's stumbling, grabbing his back again. Duggan completely in control of this match. And now it's going to be a 3. It's going to go into the turnbuckle. Okay, so now what we do is we take our into the turnbuckle chart, okay? And I'll tell you what that says. So we're going to look at the turnbuckle A. So the person going into the turnbuckle is what you're rolling on. So he's a turnbuckle A. So Duggan throws the Sheik into the turnbuckle, and we have an A8. And an A8 says, and he's crushed by a big kick into the turnbuckle, and the opponent rolls on level 2. So Duggan's still going to be on offense here, and the Sheik just took a big kick to the head. All right, Duggan trying to wear the Sheik down, and it's going to be the tough guy clothesline, and he is down again as we go to 3. And we stay in 3. Now, the Sheik in the advanced mode, he has the option of tagging or leaving the ring, okay? But in basic mode, we're just going to leave him in the ring. The Sheik is down, and Duggan grabs him by the neck. And a 5 is going to be the Old Glory knee drop. And the Sheik is stunned. He is hurt. Oh, boy, the Old Glory knee drop. I'd never heard of that one, but he got him good. But the Sheik is hurt, but we go back to 2. So, again, you want to stay in 3. That's when you get the pin. But for some reason, the Sheik keeps getting up and forcing him back into 2. So the Sheik is one tough guy here. Now another spinning body slam, and down goes the Sheik. We stay in 2, though. Duggan working him over pretty good. So now we have some wild haymakers. 1, 2, 3 haymakers. And the Sheik, dazed on his feet, still hanging in there, though. Hacksaw's got to go for the cover here at some point. Now he's going to go into the turnbuckle again. So he's a turnbuckle A. And we have an 11A. Okay, so it says it's up to me. You come off the turnbuckle with a big specialty move. The opponent tries a specialty move as both wrestlers go down. The wrestler with a better rating recovers first. Alrighty, so turnbuckle A, they're both turnbuckle A. So the Sheik comes out of the turnbuckle, and they both throw a double clothesline, and they're down on the ground. Oh, they're both down on the ground. Who's going to get up first? It's going to be Duggan gets up because he was on offense. Duggan with a 5, another Old Glory knee drop, and the Sheik once again grabbing his back. His back has got to be broken by now as we go back to level 2. And some more haymakers. 1, 2, 3, 4 haymakers. The Sheik is somehow still standing here. Hacksaw Duggan said, "What do I got to do?" Now back into the turnbuckle, into the corner. So we have a 4A this time. And in comes Duggan running at you with a shoulder dive, but the Sheik ducks out of the way. And out of the ring goes Duggan. So Duggan is out of the ring. So I need to roll on his out of the ring. So he's an A. Out of the ring chart is A8. And oh boy, so he's out of the ring. He's down on the ground. And we got to try to crawl back into the ring. The referee trying to count. Referee 1, 2. Duggan back on his feet, crawling back in on the 5 count. So he easily beat the 10 count. He's back in the ring. However, the Sheik is now on offense on level 3. So that's how quick this match can change, okay? Here we go. So the Sheik is on offense. So on offense 3. So I got the 4. So we're going to do the Camel Rider. And over here on a 6. And he is hurt. Duggan's now taking a beating. Now we go back to offense 2. and it's going to be a kick to the stomach. Oh, boy. Duggan clutching his stomach now. He hit really hard when he went onto the ring. So it's going to be into the turnbuckle. So now Duggan goes into the turnbuckle, and he's at turnbuckle A6. And so the Sheik charging at him, and Duggan lifts a knee. And the Sheik goes down. Duggan will be back on offense, trying to wear down the Sheik some more. The atomic drop, and he goes down. And now Duggan gives a little salute to the fans as the Sheik is down on the ground right now. And guess what I just did? Couldn't pick up a die. Had to drop it. So we continue on. Level 2. It's going to be a bear hug. And the Sheik kicks out of that, though. The Sheik is on the offense now. And he goes into the abdominal stretch. And Duggan is down. He will get out of it, though. But he is stunned right now. The Sheik is on the offense. And here comes the loaded boot. Oh, no, he gives him the boot. And Duggan is down. He is hurt. So we go back to level 2. This is a longer match than I had the other day. And now it's going to be the Sidewinder suplex. And he is down on the ground. We're in level 3 right now. Oh, Duggan is in some trouble trying to represent the country. Now we go into the vertical suplex. And down goes Duggan again. Boy, nobody wants to try to pin anybody here. This is what happened on New Year's, right? Last night, the match would have been over. Tonight, because I have the camera on, forget about it. And we go into another suplex, and he's down again. Duggan on the mat, the Iron Sheik walking around him very, very confidently. And now he's going to throw him out of the ring. So Duggan is back on the concrete, and it's going to be a ring A10. And the opponent comes out of the ring, so the Sheik comes over to grab Duggan, and he picks up a steel chair, but the referee comes out and says, no, no, no. And he pushes the referee aside and continues. Uh-oh. So the Sheik might be disqualified here. The Sheik picks up a chair, and he hits Duggan. So if there's no disqualification, he's going to be on. So the disqualification is 6. The referee counting up. He's telling the Sheik to get back into the ring. 6 or less, the Sheik is out. And he's out. He's disqualified the Sheik. And that'll do it here. The referee says, I've had enough of this. And your winner by disqualification, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. So I'm going to make my notes here. So Duggan wins by the DQ as the Iron Sheik is disqualified for leaving the ring and hitting him in the head with a chair. That's how it goes. So that's kind of the basic mode of the game. And there's all kinds of things that can happen in this game. You know, again, you get your outside interference. So I could have somebody come in. I could have somebody try to break up a pin. You have different referees that you can use, which, would raise or lower some of the pins and disqualification numbers. There's pre-game interviews, which change some things. So it's very interesting game. So I'm going to work in some of the advanced stuff in this next match here. And so I'm going to go with, how about these guys here? I'm going to go Brutus, Beefcake, and Ted DiBiase. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to play a bunch of games here or a bunch of matches so I can determine who's going to try to compete for some of the titles once I start doing the titles. So Ted DiBiase. All righty, so what we're going to do now, we're going to play some of the advanced rules. And now with advanced, you see the pin rating is 3, but that will change every time you try to pin somebody, or maybe that you add something like the sleeper hold would add 1, the Cobra clutch would add 2. So that's kind of how the advance works, I believe. So the pin over here is 2. The only thing is if I get a match like that and we don't try any pins, we could be here all day because no one was wearing anybody down. So I think what I did the other night is after so many times, I just kept everybody in offense 3 no matter what, and that eventually ended the match. So we got Brutus Beefcake and Ted DiBiase, and we'll see how that goes. So again, I'm going to keep these here. So that's my numbers here. Now, in advance, some of the other things you can do, I don't use every advance rule, but I do use some of them, okay? No, there's no Hulk Hogan here. They don't have everybody because I think they have to get permission from the wrestler themselves to put them in the game. And so there's some guys that I guess didn't give them permission. That's what I heard. I could be very wrong. But no, you don't have everybody. In fact, some people created homebrews. I haven't figured out where they are yet, but if I do, I'll probably pick up some. All righty. So what I'm going to do, how I play some advanced now, is I use the number in parentheses for the pin, as been noted. If I add anything like this, it says a +1 and a +2 to the pin, so I use that. Anytime you kick out of a pin, it gets raised by 1, okay? In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this referee here, alrighty, just to kind of speed this one up a little bit. Okay, so we have these referees here, which are kind of neat, okay? And so we're going to have Joey Morella. He's going to be my ref. He's a young official, and he can get starstruck. So this causes him to get more distracted, have a slow count, and be unsure to call submission. So, oh no, we don't want him. He's going to add 1 to the pin, so we don't want that. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna invent a referee. All right, so I'm gonna because that's a bad example. I screwed that one up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna invent a referee that likes to call pins quickly. He does a quick count. So I'm gonna up everybody's pin by 1 just to try to get this match a little bit further along. All right. So whoever my referee is, I've added 1 to each of their pin count just so we're not here all night. Okay. So that's again homebrew by me. Now, the other thing here, anything in parentheses is going to be advanced. Now, there is a couple of things here, like the choice here. If you want, you can, instead of doing the falling sled, you go to choice C and there's a choice chart. The only thing with this here, though, is it's confusing because there's a number. Then you refer to something over here and you do some math. And it kind of took me out of it. I couldn't follow it, and it just took me out of the flow when I was doing math in this game. So I'm not going to do the choice situations, and it keeps me from flipping a chart too. What I will do is I will do the attempt to leave. So I will roll a decide or die to see if they want to leave the ring, if they're down, okay. And if you leave the ring, then you roll on the out of the ring chart. So I mean, just kind of they run out of the ring to try to catch their breath or whatever. I will be adding the +1 and the +2 to the pin rating if I get this here. And anything with PW or AG, I will be comparing the agility and the power to see if the move actually works, okay? If the move doesn't work, then I believe the opposition takes over. Let me just double check that. Agility and power ratings, yeah. And the opponent, yeah. So if the yep. So if you can't win that rating, then the opponent takes over. So if I were to do this knee drop here, I check the agility. He's +1, which is not good. He's 0, so he would win that. So instead of the knee drop, Ted DiBiase would take over on level 2. Because that says 2. Does he have anything over here? He's got a PW here. So when he goes for the knife edge chop, he's actually more powerful. So he's going to miss that, and Brutus will take over. So with the advanced, it works in some of these ratings here on the advanced mode. So I do use that. I do roll to see on the leave. I do use this here. But I don't use the choice thing here is what I don't use. So all the stuff in parentheses is the advanced stuff. So Crew Fan says, again, he knows more about this than me. I'm fairly new at this. No Hulk Hogan card. Filsinger Game signs all the wrestlers they card, so some big names like Hogan, Flair aren't in, but still they still have a lot of names. Yeah, they do. They do actually. So let me kick that later. No, that won't matter really. Alrighty, so let's get going here with our next match. And again, I bumped up the pin rating by 1 just to kind of speed the match up a little bit. Okay. So maybe I'll speed it up by 2, just because the last match went forever. We only had that 1 pin. He finally got pinned. So we have a new referee in this that decides that he's going to be he's going to be counting quicker. Okay, so this pin 3 is a pin 5, and this pin 2 is a pin 4. Again, my rules, my wrestling, my rules, right? That's the great thing about this, is you can do this and play whatever you want. All righty, so are you ready? Here we go. This match will be 1 fall with a 10-minute time limit, or whatever I see fit. From San Francisco, California, weighing 273 pounds, we have Brutus, the Beefcake Barber. Dang, 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 dang. And from Omaha, Nebraska, weighing 245 pounds, the $1 million champion, Ted DiBiase. Right? He's a $1 million champion, something like that. All righty, here we go. And Filsinger Wrestling. Could be. Okay, Scott, yeah, I saw you sent me a message. I'll check that when I'm done. I was on the boards, but it's a weird website. Again, if you go to filsingergames.com to try to find this game, so again, Filsinger Games is where you get it. The website's kind of weird, and last night when I was talking to Joe's like, "Man, I'm having a hard time with this website. It's a funky website. It's not easy to get around, but if you give it some time, eventually you find some things. And the message board is pretty good, and the Facebook group has helped me out a lot as well. So, all righty, so let's get going here. So it's Brutus Beefcake and Ted DiBiase. And again, this is how I'm playing in here. So the red's always over here. So it's going to be DiBiase winning, and he'll be on offense first, starting on offense 1. So he's going to go right into a clothesline. Oh, boy. And down goes Beefcake. I wasn't expecting that. So we're going to be staying in offense 3 right now. Holy cow. And so I was going to do the backward elbow off the ropes. And he goes down again. So DiBiase is not messing around here. And now it's going to be a 3. He's going to throw him out of the ring. So Beefcake goes out of the ring. He is a level B. So we got a 5 on level B. And the opponent comes out of the ring, and they continue to fight outside the ring. But Beefcake's going to grab him, and he smashes him into the French announcer's table. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, no. DiBiase crushes the French announcing table. And this is going to be a disqualification roll. I just don't know who it's going to be on. The opponent comes out of the ring. Oh, no, you grab Beefcake and smash him in. Oh, so that's what it was. So Beefcake is thrown out of the ring. He comes out. Yeah, no, DiBiase's thrown in the ring, but he's the one that's going to be disqualified. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So DiBiase's in one big heap of a pile on the French announcer's table. Roll for the disqualification. And no, he's not disqualified. So Beefcake goes back into the ring. DiBiase's slow to get up. The referee checking on him. He's okay. He'll crawl back into the ring, but now Brutus Beefcake is going to be rolling on the 3 offense. Here we go. And it's going to be a 5. The flying knee smash. And down goes DiBiase. Does he want to leave the ring? No, he doesn't. He will stay in, down on the ground, trying to crawl out. Beefcake all over Ted DiBiase right now. And he's going to 1. The wind-up punch. No, DiBiase on the reversal of the punch. And DiBiase right into a clothesline again. And down goes Beefcake. Oh, he's using that clothesline very effectively in this match. And now he's going to be, 6 and a 6 here. So the clothesline 3. So I think we were here. And I forget if I was in 2. went to the clothesline 3. No, he was down. I think he was down. So, we go right into the Cobra Clutch. The Cobra Clutch on Beefcake. Can he kick out of this? And it says +2. So, oh boy. So again, I bumped that up to a 5. It should have been a 3, but because I've got a new referee, he's 5. Plus the 2, it's a 7. So submission mode here. DiBiase got Beefcake in the Cobra Clutch. And he will just barely kick out of that. He fights his way out. So now we bump him up to a 6. Oh boy. So DiBiase is going to be rolling off a level 3 offense. And it's going to be a 5. So it's going to be a power slam. And down goes Beefcake. But he gets right back up. So it says he's going to go to level 2, which is better. Level 2 is better for Beefcake. So we have a 2 and a 2. Swinging neck breaker. No, Beefcake with a reversal. Brutus comes up with a 4. It's going to be the knee drop. Now we got to check the agility. And so we said that his agility was less. So on the knee drop, he cannot get the knee drop to go. And DiBiase grabs his leg and will roll off of offense too. So DiBiase with a nice reversal here. And now he's going to go into a falling fist drop and he connects. And Beefcake rolls around on the ground and he is hurt right now. DiBiase back in control. Going with the swinging neck breaker. No, Beefcake reverses that. Rolling in level 2. He's going to do the running elbow to the corner if he has more power, and he does, so he will connect. And DiBiase reverses this. He went to the elbow to the corner, misses the elbow. DiBiase with another falling fist drop. No, Beefcake kicks him to the stomach, and he will be on offense too. Going into the suplex. Yes, and DiBiase hits the ground, and he gets back up, grabbing his back. It's going to be level 2. Clothesline 3. Yes, the clothesline connects, and DiBiase's down. Gets up to one knee, though, so he cannot be pinned. And now he's going to go with the knee lift, but no, DiBiase says no. Face gives him the face rake and throws another clothesline at him. And he's down. He's going to go for the pin here. Okay, the clothesline. It's a third clothesline on Beefcake. Beefcake is down. DiBiase hooks the leg. We need, so again, I've kind of manipulated this a little bit here, but he needs a 7 or higher because he's at 6 right now. So 1, 2, 3, and he is pinned. And your winner by fall with a pin is Ted DiBiase. So DiBiase is the win with a pin. And that's kind of how that plays. Again, a little bit of we had a little bit of turnbuckle in the first match. Not much in this one. We had a little bit of into the ropes. And we had a little bit of, out of the ring. We didn't have any death jumps, though. That's kind of interesting. We didn't have that. But, that's kind of how this game works here. And it's super, super fun, super easy, just going back and forth. There's only the 3 levels. Occasionally you can be in level 1, like this clothesline here was pretty good. So that sent him into level 3. And if I rolled the 3, then we checked the pin is kind of what happened here. But it's just all theater of the mind. And if you like wrestling, you can kind of follow along and do this here. I haven't done any tag team matches or any battle royals, but that's all in there. You can do anything you want with this game. It's a wide open sandbox of wrestling. And the game mechanics are fairly simple. There's a couple advanced rules that just, again, I didn't want to start doing math and subtracting this to see if that worked. So I didn't do that. But some of the advanced stuff I did throw in here, and I did enjoy. So anyway, so that is that. So that is a quick look at Filsinger Wrestling game. I'm kind of enjoying it, actually. I'm really looking forward to. I need to get a bunch of matches done so I can have some winners and some losers here, and so then I can start setting up my belt matches, because I will have some championship matches coming up, and so I'll just take some of the winners and have them fight for the belt, and I'll probably stream some of the belt matches. That's what I'll do. So I'm going to play a couple more games before I go to work here tonight, but I should definitely get some belt matches going on here and kind of play them a little bit more fairer, instead of doing that. And then at some point, I will have to find allies and tag team partners and have people coming out of the locker room to help save on a pin and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, again, I got to kind of read up on it as far as all the extra stuff goes, because I don't know how all that works. Again, I was watching some people, and Pop's Reviews is here. I was watching some of his stuff as far as Filsinger Wrestling goes, and there was a couple other people, not many people that played us on YouTube. So I was watching them to try to learn it a little bit and get an idea on how to do some of the extra stuff there. But it sounds like it could be a lot of fun. Yeah, the artwork. Oh, man, I just dropped another thing here. What's going on? Got the dropsies tonight. But yeah, the cards here are just fantastic. So that's who I just played. And on the back is what the side that I played on. So yes, you could do tag team. Yes, I haven't done a tag team. I need to practice on that before I screw it up. But tag teams, I think with the tag teams that each one would have a pin level, so it'd probably take a little bit longer to play, and then there'd be interference from the tag team partner and things like that. But I just like the fact that you can get thrown out of the ring, you can check for the disqualification. Sometimes matches go pretty quick. If you get somebody on defense in level 3, if you're in offense in level 3, and you start rolling some of the finishers, you can get a match over pretty quick. Last time my matches went pretty quick. Tonight, that first match with Duggan and Sheik, I just didn't get the right rolls. I never got a chance to pin. And when the first chance I had to pin, I did pin. But again, it's your game, your rules. You can have as much interference as you want. You can have none. Tonight, I didn't have any interference. And I haven't really developed any storylines yet. I'm just kind of playing a handful of matches. But yeah, it's silly wrestling fun. And there's a whole bunch of guys I don't know that I'll work in. But I'm enjoying it. Just again, it's wrestling is what it is. So you can't take it too serious. So anyway, yes, Dave Little's done a lot. Yes, D. Scott. Yes, Dave Little's done a lot. In fact, he's supposed to come on Friday night with me. We're going to play Friday night, and he'll kind of go over some things, and he'll really kind of help me get this up to speed, and he'll show me how to do the tag teams, I hope, and all that. So yeah, so Friday night, if you're around, I think we're going to have some wrestling with Dave Little on Friday night, and he's going to kind of go over some of this with me and kind of, show me what I'm doing wrong and show me, how I can make it better and have fun with it. But it's just the idea. Like I say, even tonight with the referee, I bumped up their pin ratings by 2 because I didn't want the game to go on forever. And that's because I had an inexperienced referee. And you can create any referee you want and adjust the things. So yeah, it should be a good time. So anyway, so that is a quick look at Filsinger Wrestling. A couple of quick matches here, one in basic and one in medium advanced, I would say. I didn't get too crazy here, but I'm gonna practice some more here before I go to work, and then I might start working on some of the outside interference and give that a try. See how that works. Again, it's just one big sandbox. This could be a lot of fun. And I'll play it here on the channel for once in a while. I mean, I know there's not a ton of wrestling people out there, and this is really kind of more of a audio theater of the mind thing. There's not a lot to look at here, but yeah, I'll try to make it as entertaining as possible when I put it on here. So anyway, Wednesday night, Al Wilson, be looking for that. Friday night, Dave Little. That is the tentative plan this week if all goes well. If all goes well, that is the plan. So we're going to have Al Wilson on so you can ask him some questions about anything you want. His football game, his baseball game, his 3D6 prints, anything you want. You can ask Al Wilson here. He won't be on long, so it's not going to be a 2-hour chat with Al. It'll probably be half hour, 45 minutes with Al, or at least, as long as he wants to stay. But it's not going to be one of our marathon chats with Al. So make sure that if you want questions for him, get the questions answered. And Friday night, hopefully we can get the Friday night wrestling in here. I'm hoping that Dave Little will come by on Friday night. So that is that. So yeah, Friday night, must-see TV. We'll see. There's no football playoff games Friday, are there? I don't know. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this. This is silly fun. This is silly fun here. So we'll talk to you all later. Thanks for coming by. Wish me luck at work. Bye-bye.